The voice in the answering machine. This happened when I was 17. My parents were out of town for the weekend, and I invited my best friend, Lacey, to sleep over. We ordered pizza, watched dumb shows, and let the storm outside drown out everything else. Around midnight, the landline rang. We froze. Nobody ever called the landline anymore. We didn't even know if it still worked. The call went to voicemail. We waited for the beep, and then we heard it. A woman's voice, soft, hoarse, almost a whisper. We stared at each other. The voice wasn't familiar. It was wrong. Too close. Too quiet. Then the line crackled. We unplugged the phone. 10 minutes later, it rang again. Unplugged. This time, no answering machine. Just the ring over and over. We ran to the front door, thinking maybe someone was playing a prank. But there, sitting in the middle of the porch, was the old answering machine from the living room, and it was still recording. We didn't sleep that night, and when my parents got home the next day, the machine was gone, and I could finally sleep. The reflection that wasn't mine. I was house-sitting for a friend. Her name's Lauren, super chill, spiritual, into crystals and incense and all that. She told me, "My place has good energy. You'll sleep like a baby." It rained the entire first day. Heavy, constant. I actually kind of loved it. The house had big windows, soft lighting, and I had the couch to myself with a book and tea. But the weirdness started that evening when I walked past the hallway mirror. It was one of those tall antique mirrors, ornate frame, slightly warped glass. As I passed, I caught my reflection. Only I wasn't moving. I stopped, stepped back. My reflection just stood there, facing me, unmoving. I blinked. So did she. I tilted my head. She stayed still, then, a second later, copied the motion, but slower, like a beat behind. I laughed it off. Told myself it was the weird glass. Old houses have quirks. That night, I fell asleep to the sound of rain tapping the windows. Peaceful, really. Until I woke up at exactly 3:12 a.m. No thunder. No wind. Just silence. And breathing. But it wasn't mine. I sat up on the couch, heart pounding. The lights were off, but the hallway mirror faced just enough of the room to catch moonlight. And there she was, my reflection, standing inside the mirror. But I wasn't standing. I was sitting, frozen. She was smiling, wide, wrong. And then she raised her hand and knocked on the inside of the glass. 3 times. I gasped and turned on the lamp. Light flooded the room. The mirror was empty. Just a hallway behind me. But the glass. It had fingerprints. From the inside. I never knew what really happened that day. but it was the weirdest day of my life. The window that knocked back. It was supposed to be a chill night. Just me, my cousin Daniel, and his girlfriend, Julia. The rain hadn't stopped all day, and by the time the thunder started, we were already halfway through a bottle of wine and watching a dumb horror movie in his living room. I remember Julia joking, "Can you imagine if this was real? Like, something staring through the window right now?" She said it while lightning flashed, and of course, we all turned to look, half laughing. But there was something there. Just for a split second. A shape, human-like, just beyond the curtain. I froze. Daniel jumped up and yanked the curtain aside. Nothing. Just the rain streaking down the glass. We laughed it off. Kind of. 20 minutes later, we heard it. 3 distinct knocks on the window. We all turned in sync. Daniel whispered, "That better be a branch." But there were no trees near that side of the house. The knocks came again, this time slower. And then a pause. Then the window knocked back. We didn't move. We just stared. I could swear I saw fog forming inside the glass, like breath. Daniel grabbed a flashlight and opened the door. Rain came pouring in, but no one was there. The ground was muddy, untouched. We decided to call it a night. Julia stayed on the couch. I took the guest room. At around 3 a.m., I heard the knock again. Not on a window this time. On my door. 3 slow knocks. Then whispering. It wasn't Daniel. It wasn't Julia. It wasn't Daniel. It wasn't Julia. I stayed under the covers, wide-eyed, until the morning light finally poured in. And I can't forget that night.